Jez, why are you so against camping? I need to get down to the bottom of that.
Y'all agree with me. I'm talking about the camping that niggas be going to the woods. This, like you said, random woods. Like the place, if you're going to like a park or whatever, they have like park rangers and like there's like designated camping spots. That don't matter because like you're protected. And, like if anything happens, y'all can get away to your cars in like a span of like 2 minutes.
Why'd you call that like a de-evolution just because niggas go camping?
It is a de-evolution. These niggas have you seen those like? It's not even
going back to the Stone Age.
Even like Boy Scouts in them, they be like forcing these boys to go in the middle of God knows where. And
They're not forced those niggas. They asked them.
Nah, cause some of those white dads be forcing their sons to go in that shit, and they don't. It's a whole ordeal.
Wait, so what about like fishing and stuff? Is that de-evolution?
No, they still eating this shit. Like people still fish to this day to eat in America. That's fine. It's just that they're not doing it on a wide scale. These niggas go and get a stupid ass tent, pinch it to some random ass tree.
Why are you hating on camping?
That shit is so dumb and dangerous. And then they wonder why
have to agree with that.
I mean, I'm not a camping nigga. I'm just like, I've never seen somebody like hate camping before.
You were camping.
Bro, you know how many bugs are
outside? No, I was camping inside a park.
Like there's mosquitoes and shit. They got bears.
They're not inside the tent.
Spiders, bro. You are a camping ass nigga.
I'm trying to be Spider-Man.
Bro, I don't go. No, I've never been inside the woods and went camping. I've been to like the parks.
Bro, but you over here trying to like support them and shit. Like,
no, I've just never seen anybody hate on it. Like, it's just something funny that I've never seen before.
You one of them. You one of them. Fuck no.
I've never seen. It's like a nigga that's like I've never seen a nigga like hate YouTube or something. It's just like it's weird.
Nah, I've seen plenty of niggas hate camping. Like niggas don't fuck with camping.
I've never. I mean, I live in the South, so I don't know.
That don't mean shit. I live in the South too. I live in Texas.
I live next to Alabama.
Man,
I guarantee there's more camping niggas than.
More of a point not to go camping because those undercover KK man gonna come find you in the woods and get your ass. It's more.
So what do you think happens on camping trips though? Like, what do you mean?
I'm talking about the people who just go into the random woods. Then niggas don't come back. Those be the missing niggas.
So you think niggas go camping and then there's just ample enemies that they have to fight as soon as they go?
Yeah, right. Yes. They go from living in civilization to just living in random places where there's no protection from them.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. The one time I did go camping was the Rico and his family.
Okay.
And then me. Okay, so it was me, Rico, his brother, and his dad. So we all woke up, and the dad like stretched and was like, "Dang, there was a wolf sleeping on me all night tonight." And I was like, "What is that? Was that like one of those white phrases or something?" He was like, "No, like I felt it like breathing on me."
What the
fuck? What do you mean?
Nah, you dead as fuck.
Like he just said there was like an animal like just sleeping on it from outside the tent.
Nah. Dead as fuck.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm not trying to wake up next to fucking Bigfoot in my fucking camping bag.
I forgot about wolves.
You forgot about the woods?
The wolves. I was only remembering the bears and shit. I forgot about wolves, tigers and shit. Like nigga, fuck no.
They chilling.
Yeah, you can be chilling with them in the death realm. Yes. Don't laugh. It's not funny.
What you mean? It's just camping, bro. It's cool.
Imagine waking up and a nigga tells you that there was a wolf sleeping on him all night and he didn't even wake up.
No, if he would have said it the last night, I would have left. But he said it after the danger was already gone.
You would have left with the wolf still outside?
Hell yeah, I would have ran. What do you mean?
You outrunning a wolf?
Bro, I'm outrunning wherever the fuck is chasing.
And they hunt in packs. They don't go alone. They hunt in packs too.
Nah, it was just him. He was chilling.
You dead as hell. That nigga was probably trying to break into that shit. He just probably fell asleep because he couldn't find his way in. Y'all lucky as hell.
Yeah, I'm lucky we encountered a dumbass nigga. He stayed on the outside.
If you weren't protagonist, you would for sure have been up out of here real quick. You're so lucky. That was like a side quest for you. You're so lucky.
What is good, y'all? This is the Here and Now podcast. I don't know what these niggas are talking about, but don't listen to them. We got Taco, we got Jez. What is going on, y'all? How was y'all's week?
Oh, we even do highs and lows. Fuck.
Highs and lows.
We doing them right now.
Okay.
Which we talking about our here's and our nows. So
Yes, okay. So if you guys did hear, we did intro it different. We decided on the Here and Now podcast. I don't want to see nobody in the comments like, "What the fuck?" I thought of a way wavier name in that. I just didn't want to say it. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. Now we had 6 weeks to find this shit, and we decided on Here and Now. So this is what it is. Now y'all got to settle with that shit. Jazz, highs and lows, homie. Highs and lows, homie. Yeah, Taco came up with this, so shouts out Taco.
Lying like shit. Okay, so highs and lows. High.
Wait, no, not highs and lows here and now. Not. Oh yeah. All right.
So it's quite here and now.
Yeah, it's Here and Now
title. Are you serious,
bro? We just now find the shit out. It's because of Z's dumbass. I know that nigga laughing as he hears this shit, bro. Fuck the Highs and Lows podcast. It's the Here and Now podcast.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
I know damn well 3 days ago, Apollo was like, "Guys, we need to do the Highs and Lows podcast right now."
Bro, I said it was growing on me just a little bit like algae, but now that shit, I rubbed that shit off. Fuck that.
You not rubbing algae off. Stop your lying ass.
What you mean? What's your highs and lows, Jez? What's your highs and lows, Jez?
Highs and lows. All right. So my high probably had to be doing my interview for my graduate school on Friday, just getting that shit over with. It went well. I mean,
yes, sir.
The way it's kind of set up, like, cause I'm in the second interview session, so like it's basically like early admission, and I guess it's only 100 spots, but it's like a very, very small school since it's a private school. So it should be pretty simple not pretty simple to get in, but like I have more of a chance to get in. Unlike if y'all don't live in Texas, but there's schools like UT in them, which are they're like mini cities almost. So trying to apply to there, it's trying to apply to there. The hell nah. And the professors don't even know who you are. It's like one of those schools where like your professor might know your face vaguely, but he doesn't know who the fuck you are. Well, in this school, it's like it's very close knit, and your teachers like all know your names, they know your faces, and you can form that connection with them. So it's a lot easier and things like that. And it's an accelerated program. So if I get into this,
you got in, or you're waiting to see if you got in?
Waiting to see if I got in. I should know by like next Friday. They said it takes a week, and they will call you.
No, you got that shit easy for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. You have any lows?
Probably not, honestly. And next week about to be cool too, because we have 2 days off. Cause there's I guess like private schools have this thing called like fall break, where you just have like a week off or like some days off in October before Thanksgiving in November, which is kind of cool. So
wait, you never had that?
No, like when I was in public school, we never had anything during October. It was just
you never had a fall break.
No, it was just we have one. Well, we have one thing. We have one in Thanksgiving and then one in Christmas. We don't have anything during October.
No, we would get a fall break, then Thanksgiving break, then winter break, then spring break, and then summer break.
Yeah, summer. Y'all lucky. Oh, lucky as hell.
No, our school is just stupid. They gave us like 25 breaks. We didn't learn a damn thing.
Nah. I feel like that's a good thing because I'm still one of those people. I feel like we should have 4-day school weeks instead of 5-day school weeks because I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. Get more rest time for the students.
The thing is, they used it as kind of like, how do I explain this? So like, whenever we would have whenever we were out in wintertime and it'd snow a shitload and we'd have to be days out of school, then they'd take days away from our breaks and use as those days. I don't know what the fuck that's called, but like if we were out for like more than like 3 snow days, then they'd take 3 days away from our spring break.
Yeah, they had that shit over here in New York. I remember one time, it was like it might have been like, I mean, I graduated like fucking 5 years ago, but it might have been like 2014. I want to say maybe 2014, like around that time. It was in New York. They were in the Northeast. There was these ample snowstorms, blizzards happening all fucking like winter or whatever. I think before break. So we had like days and days and days on days of like off from school, snow days, because it was obviously super bad outside. And it went to the point they took out our entire spring break, and there was only 1 day of break for spring break. The entire school was pissed the fuck off. Everyone stayed home. I remember I was there for 1 day. I was in school for one of those days during spring break, and I told my mom, there's literally no one here. It's me and 2 other people in my class. And like one of my classes, I was like, bro, ain't no way I'm going here for the rest of the fucking week. So
wait, so they still skipped that shit?
Yeah, bro, they skip the fuck out of it, and like even the teachers are like, "Yeah, I have no idea why the fuck they make y'all do this shit. It's fucking stupid."
What the? Wait, so did you stay the whole week?
Nah, I only went like the first 2 days, I think, and then the rest of the week, I convinced my mom to like let me stay home because fuck we weren't fucking learning anything. There's nobody in class. We're just watching movies the whole time. Like I could be home fucking doing this shit in my room. Like fuck.
I mean that was
y'all niggas are really pissed off.
You said 2014, right? So yeah, I was gonna say like, why don't y'all just do online school? But I guess we're so used to online school now. That wasn't even like an option back then. So I guess never mind.
I didn't even know that shit existed before now.
Well, online school?
Yeah.
Your shit is so ass.
I was thinking like, how do you guys? Okay, so if COVID hit at any other time period, like ever, y'all think them niggas would have survived as well as we did?
Fuck no, that's why they had the Black Plague and shit. Niggas were just dying like wild.
Yeah, but like even with school and shit, like niggas couldn't have. If this happened in the '90s, niggas couldn't have even like going to school because we didn't have online and shit back then.
No, they would have made us go to school. The fuck?
What?
Would have died, bro.
You think they would have made them still go?
Yeah.
They didn't have proper stuff. Like they would have no. Like, so if it's bad now, like imagine back then it was like so like American, like yeah, patriotic. They would have been like fuck no mask. No one's wearing no type of mask. Vaccines would have been like it would have probably took like 2 years to come out because we have better technology now. So no vaccines, even though that doesn't really like help, but that's a different story. But so there would have been nothing. These people would have just been going to school, probably just dying by the handfuls. Honestly, it was very, very bad.
Those niggas would have been fucked because like they wouldn't have had school. They wouldn't have like taken that shit serious whatsoever. Yeah, they for sure would have got screwed. That's fucking hilarious. Maybe I mean,
no.
I don't know. I'm just glad. I'm not glad COVID happened, but if it happened in any other time in America, we'd be fucked. Like absolutely fucked. There's no damn way. And like my grandpa is like always tells stories about how niggas would just like have to walk through snowstorms and shit to get to school. So them niggas didn't care about anything.
Oh yeah.
Fine.
Like if they like, why do grandparents always do that shit? Like they made it seem like they had to walk through the damn valley of shadow and death to go to school every day.
I've been doing the same thing to my grandkids, so I mean, I can't even hate. I'm like COVID like the biggest movie ever.
Oh, I'm hyping the fuck out of COVID whenever I talk to my grandkids.
Yes, hell yeah.
I'm like, yeah, man. There's just thousands of niggas dying every day. All my friends died a couple times actually. I'm just gonna start just saying random shit.
I'm back, Grandpa. You know, I have to revive them with my blood. Like, ow.
Like yeah, like all of America died. There was only like 10 niggas left, and I was one of them. We had to bring everybody else back.
You're going crazy.
And they gonna look that shit up and be like, Grandpa, you lying ass nigga.
Fuck, I got the fucking shot. I became Captain America. You already know.
Yes, hey.
I become the evil version. Fuck that nigga.
Hey, yo.
Let's move on.
All right, talk about highs and lows.
Okay. Yeah. So highs, shit. You know, a guy be going through it. You know that's all I gotta say about the highs. I don't really think I've had like an actual high this week, honestly. But
yeah. Man, how are you doing, like, bro? Are you okay?
No, I'm chilling. It's just regular shit. But I think it was mainly just because I was like kind of sick this entire week. Like I just had like a cough. But it ain't COVID, it ain't none of that shit. Fuck. I mean, shit. I probably shouldn't have said that. Fuck. Whatever. Anyways, it ain't that bad shit, So we good. But yeah, I'm like at the tail end of it right now. So it's just been like a cough. It's like I have like fucking phlegm and shit the entire week. So that's why it might sound like a little like lower octave, whatever. But yeah, because I'm like at the end of that shit. But anyways. So that's kind of a reason why, like, I've just been taking it like slow this week. Just chilling, sitting back, still working. I didn't call off work, even though I probably should have sometime this week. So, but I've been doing a lot of watching TV and shit. So like in the time that I've been like sick or whatever. So I guess the high was probably maybe like a few days ago. So if y'all don't know, there's a show Sopranos. So real quick, I'm not going to get too deep into it because we're going to talk about TV and shit. But at the last episode of the show, I don't want to spoil too much, but it basically takes place in this diner. And I was like, yo, this diner looks kind of clean. And like that shit's come up like again in the show, like twice in the show before. I'm like, you know what? I know they filmed in Jersey. I'm mad close to Jersey. Let me go look this shit up. And so I found the fucking diner. It's like a real place. You know, it's like it was like honestly, it was like a 50 minutes away, like almost an hour away from me where I am now. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I kind of want to have some good food. The food looked mad good, and it's like it's going to a place where like one of your favorite shows was filmed or whatever. It looks kind of fire. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well go check it out. You know, have a good time on a Friday night. I went with one of my friends. Like, yo, we out. He was like, bet, say less. I went driving. I had some food. Food was amazing. It was mad chill. It was surreal because being in the iconic place like that is cool. So I guess you can consider that a high. Low, obviously, being sick. Not in the maybe not in the best place mentally, but shit, we moving. We gotta move as always, and doing shit like this, the podcast definitely makes the week better. Shit, we out here. Yeah, that's basically it, bro.
Bro, I just saw on Twitter this man Travis Scott just signed Malu. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Malu Trevejo?
Yes, bro. What the fuck?
I saw that shit.
How? Why?
She don't even sing.
Did she sing?
They say he folds for any Hispanic. Oh my god.
He folds for any Hispanic. What does she do? I thought she just like twerked.
Yeah, I mean, she's just on TikTok. I don't know why did he that whole album that's why he has Sheck West on them. That's why the whole album trash.
Oh my god. Ain't he supposed to be dropping Utopia this year?
Nigga about to drop something with her. Probably name that shit something else.
Yeah, her the R&B singer?
Go ahead and say your highs and lows.
What do you mean? Alright, my highs and lows. My highs and lows. Alright, so my lows, alright, so I think this happened this week, I'm pretty sure. Monday, I burned the fuck out of my arm. Like, I don't even know how to explain what the fuck I was doing, but there's these thing called braising pans that you gotta, like, put on the oven stovetop, and I put some oil in there, whatever, and I had to put ground beef inside of it. Well, when I did, like, all of the grease that was inside the pan splashed up on my arm and just burned the fuck out of it, so it looks terrible right now, but, my highest is probably thinking of, like, a tattoo idea I could probably put over it. I mean, I didn't really have that much of an exciting week. I had a pretty long weekend yesterday and Friday because I had to do catering events for fucking like 12 hours straight for a whole bunch of old people that are most likely racist, honestly. But, they fund the private school I work at for millions and millions of dollars. So, you got to put on your best behavior for them. But it was definitely some weird vibes working around them all weekend. But, yeah, I mean, that's probably my highs and lows, honestly. I didn't really have a high. And my lows was just fucking my entire arm up. And it's probably going to scar pretty bad. But I think that's probably it. I mean, I showed you guys on stream, and I think I showed it in a video one time by accident. But I mean, if you want to see it, you probably did. But
yeah,
but that shit looks terrible, and it also like it's peeling now, so it hurts like fuck.
Did you put anything on it?
Yeah, I put aloe vera and shit on it every day, and cocoa butter and stuff like that. But it's mostly just the black remedies that everybody tells you that you have to do to shit that probably don't even help.
That ain't definitely. I think aloe vera for sure does. It's like some type of scientific property in it.
Well, yeah, aloe vera, yeah, but they were just saying put cocoa butter so it doesn't scar. I really doubt if cocoa butter made sure stuff doesn't scar, it'd be a lot more known than just the black community.
I think it. I mean, the thing is, like cocoa butter and stuff like that's like a black, it's like a staple in the black community. I don't know. That's another thing. Like I was talking to one of my friends recently. I was like, and they have no oil in their house. They have like no like any type of oil. Like, do people
really?
Yes, like they only use like lotion. Like that's like weird to me. Like they don't use.
Oh, you mean like baby oil and stuff?
Yeah, they have none in their house. Like what the fuck?
Oh no, I don't use any.
Like I use oil because it's better with ashiness and stuff like that. Better than lotion.
I mean, in all honesty, I don't really get ashy that much. I mean, I put lotion and stuff on. I don't really. I mean, I look at my elbows and stuff all the time. Like, I don't really get that ashy unless I just don't put any on after I got out the shower or something. But for oil, I don't think I've used oil like ever in my life. You do?
Yeah, I use oils. Like, that's all I use is oil. Not too much, so you don't look oily, obviously. Right? That's why I use.
I mean, do you use oil in place of lotion?
Yeah.
So you never use lotion?
I use lotion when I run out of oil, but like I don't know if it's my skin itch.
Interesting. What type of lotion do you use when you use it?
I honestly just be using whatever like the brands like Nivea, not Razak. Fuck that shit. But like Nivea,
You got the
like I don't
Jergens.
know. I think sometimes those like the ones that my mom has, because she used to be like she used to own a beauty salon before it closed down. Those the stuff that she gives me, but yeah, you should just be using oil. She mixes a bunch of oils up, and I just be using that.
Interesting. Do you use taco lotion? Or you use taco lotion? You lotion taco?
I use lotion. Yeah, I use lotion and like honestly, one of the most fire things that and I was like, put onto, I guess, a few years back, bro. Going to what is this shit called? Bath and Body Works, bro. Going to get the fucking. I know you talked about it maybe like on a stream or another podcast before, but there's this one lotion. It's just like fire. It makes your like hands and shit like you smell really good or whatever. I use that shit. I used to use like something else. I forget what it was called or like what brand or whatever it was, but yeah, that's basically what I use. I don't think I've ever used like oil or anything like that before, personally.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't really ever remember using oil, but I noticed you were talking about the Sopranos earlier. You said you wanted to get deeper into that. So how is that show? Because anytime somebody's talking about
Yeah.
top 3 shows in history, it's always Breaking Bad, Sopranos, and The Wire. So have you seen Breaking Bad before?
Yeah, well, obviously since it stopped airing, like Breaking Bad, I've watched it maybe I would say like 4 or 5 times, start to finish. But I did start watching the show when it was in its last season, like on TV. I think it was like 2013. I think, like the last 4 episodes, I was able to catch up on watching the whole series, and then I was able to watch that shit live on TV, like on was it AMC or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fucking that show. Obviously, up until recently, I saw as like the like number one show, like no other show compares. Obviously there's other great shows, great actors, things that have won multiple Emmys or whatever, for TV,
Yeah.
which is great and all, but literally for me, nothing has compared to Breaking Bad ever at all. That being said, I did finish
Shit.
watching The Sopranos this past week. Now, um, it's been a long time coming because I've always kind of wanted to watch the show, and I know like literally like you just said, Paul, like the best shows of all time, people say is The Wire, Breaking Bad, and Sopranos. And if you Google the best shows of all time, those are literally the 3 top searches that come up when you Google that phrase. So obviously I've watched Breaking Bad. I just finished Sopranos. I'm probably gonna watch The Wire next. But going back to the Sopranos, bro, I gotta say, I was shocked, and I was basically fucking stunned because that shit is amazing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, listen,
Damn.
I started at season 1. It's kind of like a little bit slower, but like you get the gist of the whole, scene. Like you get like Tony Soprano's the main character. His family's there. You got like the other people in the mafia, or whatever. And I didn't know there was such depth into the character of Tony Soprano. And literally by the end of the first season, I was like, wow, this shit is fucking amazing. And obviously I think there's like 6-7 seasons in total. And after finishing it this past week, I gotta say, I'm having a very hard time trying to decide if this is better than Breaking Bad or not.
Damn.
Now listen, I'll tell you why. Breaking Bad for me is a perfect show. 10 out of 10. Breaking Bad has only have one bad episode. The episode with the fucking fly. That I will go to the grave with. That everyone accused that shit. That episode with the fucking fly when they trying to like catch that and kill that
trying to
shit.
Kill that shit. Yeah.
Absolute worst episode of fucking TV ever. But that show is perfect. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. The Sopranos, like from first viewing, I was like, all right, this might be a 9.5 out of 10. But even if it is a 9.5 out of 10, I gotta say, I think it is a little bit better than Breaking Bad, just by like a little centimeter. Because I feel like for me, Breaking Bad is less plausible. Like obviously, they're not necessarily meant to be super, super realistic, but it's less plausible than The Sopranos. Everything that happened in Sopranos definitely could happen and has fucking happened in real life. Just you have the whole like mob ties and everything, like that the show's based off around, and all the shit that happens to the characters, the violence, the familial issues, all that shit is 100% real, and it felt so real. Obviously, I can't compare my own life experience and growing up to any of what happened in Sopranos, obviously, because that's like Italians and everything. I'm not Italian. I've been to Italy. I'm not Italian though, and they don't have those cultural cultural connections just like that. Obviously, that the show has, but like all the language they use, all like the slang, everything that they have, like the familial bond and everything like that. It's very different from what I know personally, and so just being exposed to that, just learning that, and seeing that through TV, through the whole show, it blew me away because all the characters are very complicated, they're very in depth, and what the I guess the writers made them out to be. As far as, I will say this though, as far as the ending, I'm not going to say anything about the ending, like spoil or whatever, but the ending is probably the most controversial ending to a TV show of all time. Now, I will say this, I actually fuck with the ending. And like overall, like it's just so, like, it feels like an end, like to a show, because obviously you have some shows that kind of lose their track, when it comes, okay, they know what they're going to be first season, they think they know second season, okay, they know what they're trying to do, and then around the third, fourth season of any shows, they kind of just lose track, kind of fall off, not really sure where they're going to proceed. This show doesn't do that. I might do that maybe like honestly like around season 4, it kind of like falls off a little bit, but it gets back on top. Every single one of these characters is amazing, and I gotta say, man, I really do think it could be a little bit better than Breaking Bad. Not by a lot, a little bit. I think it is an amazing show. I definitely recommend it to everyone who's 18 and up, because this shit is not for kids at all. Like, when I tell you that shit, like, not just the violence or whatever, but like this shit it has very like heavy like topics, heavy like scenes that like even made me want to stop for a little bit. But yeah, this shit is not for kids at all. So I definitely recommend this 100%. If you haven't watched it, watch that shit tonight. It's on HBO Max. Shit, we're not sponsored or nothing like that, but hey, it is amazing. It is an amazing show. And so yeah, I definitely would definitely ranking it in my top 3 best shows of all time. But have you guys ever like watched an episode of the show? Or I don't think you have, like, Red Apollo or maybe Jess.
I've always heard it was a good show, but I've never really decided to go watch it, honestly. But I mean, you making it sound like it's clean as hell, so I might have to, honestly. I just always heard that Breaking Bad, I read The Wire was good, but of course The Wire has Michael B. Jordan in it, so I've always heard about that show. But yeah, I always said Sopranos is just one of those shows that are just phenomenal. I've just never really given it a chance to actually go watch that shit. It's on Netflix?
No, it's on HBO Max.
Okay, bet. I mean, shit, since we already on the topic of TV shows, what's y'all's top 3?
Shit. Jess, you take this one first up. I got to think for a second.
I was gonna say it to y'all earlier, guys. I'm not gonna hold you. I barely watch TV anymore. Like after I think I hit like high school, like halfway through high school, I just really getting into anime, and since then I really stopped watching TV. Since then, I've only watched like really, really popular stuff like everybody was watching, like Euphoria, like Stranger Things.
Wait, so have you seen Breaking Bad?
I haven't seen Breaking Bad at all. I was like, I have no TV.
Stop the podcast. We got to get you on the
shit. Have you ever seen like an episode, anything?
I know about Walter White and who he is and stuff, but I have not seen a single episode. I have not watched The Walking Dead. I haven't watched any like that.
Wild.
I don't watch no TV, bro. I'm telling you. Like,
dude hates TV.
Like, for example, I was on the list, right? And on the list, it had like I was going through the list to see if like it was like top 50 best shows of all time. And surprisingly, yeah, Sopranos was number 1, The Wired was number 2, and then Breaking Bad was number 3, actually. So it might be, people might really consider Sopranos the best. But all on across that whole list, the only things I've actually watched was like House. I watched House.
What the fuck is that?
You haven't watched House?
I've never seen House.
I respect it though. I respect it.
Is House that nigga? His name is actually House or some shit? The doctor dude?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've never seen that shit.
Like it. I mean, I've watched like all like most. I watched some of the comedies like Friends, I guess, and what's this other one called? Seinfeld, of course. Everyone's seen something about that. I forgot about Lost. Lost is a pretty decent show. The Office, of course.
That shit ended ass. Lost is on some other shit at the end, and I don't know.
You're not wrong. stuff like South Park over here. I mean, like I guess like TV shows is a wide range, so I guess maybe you can't compare certain TV shows to others. You can't compare South Park to a Wired, so maybe it's like decide which one's like the best of all time. And like this is not taking part like your favorites, but if we're looking at like the best of all time, it might have to be like different brackets because you can compare South Park to The Simpsons, but you can't compare The Wire to The Simpsons. So
I think it could be like genres. Like, I mean, in this case, since we're talking about Breaking Bad, Sopranos, that definitely obviously is like in the drama genre. So I drama is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, genre to watch like TV shows, like TV shows, movies, like anything with drama. More movies, like more for like action, drama, that type of stuff. But really, I like drama shows. I really fuck with watching, and yeah, I definitely I agree with you. I think it's obviously kind of hard if you want to compare something like South Park to The Sopranos. So
yeah,
that's true.
but yeah, as far as top three goes, shit, I'm definitely having Breaking Bad on number one. You know, I might have to watch Sopranos again, like two more times at least.
God
Just,
damn.
Estimate if it may be a little bit better. I mean, if it for real is better than Breaking Bad, because from first impression, I would say that it is. But obviously, I'm not gonna like solidify that at my number one just off of one viewing. But the whole series is about 80 hours of TV, so there's like a few filler episodes that I can definitely like give y'all heads up on, because like it was like kind of unbearable. Like some of those like took 3 or 4 of the episodes, like nothing happens in that shit, and it's completely boring. But the rest of the series is amazing. I want to put Breaking Bad at number one. Number two for right now, I'm gonna have to say Sopranos. It's already on there. It's definitely solidified itself in the top three. Not one yet, like I said. Number three, shit. I was trying to do some thinking at number three. So I don't think I've watched too much TV over the years. I've definitely watched a good amount. More a few years ago, I was like more into TV. More recently, not necessarily, but I'm like picking up the pace on that. I've been watching anime and stuff like that, so it's kind of veered me off the track of like I guess regular like in real life TV or whatever, like drama series and stuff. But number three, I have to say, is got to be the first. What is like the first 4 or 5 seasons of The Walking Dead? That is an amazing show. Like for the first few seasons, the last like few years, like the last 3-4 years, I have not kept up with that shit. Ever since they like killed off one of the main characters. I'm not gonna say who, but
you talking about the dude I'm talking about, because I stopped watching it as soon as they killed that nigga off.
No, I'm talking about fuck. I mean, fuck it. No. Fuck it. Walking Dead been out for fucking years. If you haven't watched that shit now, but
nah, don't do it. Don't do that.
Oh shit, my fault.
Whatever. You're right. No. Anyways, no, it's not the main. It's not the main character that I'm not any main characters that I'm talking about. It's like a main side character, I guess. But yeah. Ever since they did that shit, I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but the comic, because obviously Walking Dead is based off of comics, whatever comics, and like one of the main characters, perhaps like where the story revolves around the most or second most in the comics, like got killed off in the show, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because literally, I have all the. I think they're called compendiums, like the big ass like books of compilations of all like the comics for Walking Dead and stuff. It's like 3 or 4 of them shits. It's like hundreds of fucking comics or whatever. So I've read the entire series of the comics for Walking Dead, and like it is a great comic series or whatever. I haven't really read much of anything else aside from that, but it's really great. So when that shit happened. And there was I think there was even a bunch of things behind the scenes of like, executive producers leaving and like writers leaving or like switching out. So I think that was around like season 5, season 6 or so. So when that shit happened, I dropped the show. Yeah, but so that being said, I gotta say,
bro. Spoiler. Who was it? Skip ahead like 15 seconds. Who was it?
Carl.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, when that shit happened, I was like, ain't no way, because literally he is like basically the main character in the comics. I was like, ain't no fucking way.
That shit was stupid when I saw that.
The way they did that shit too, I was pissed the fuck off. But
Did they like? Is it one of those like, oh, they killed him in like a good way, or it was like this was
There's
bullshit?
some dumbass
bro, this
reason.
shit was bad.
Okay,
I,
okay.
I'm gonna say how he got killed. Spoiler. I'm mute for the next 15 seconds.
I never watched that show, so I can give a damn.
Basically, he gets bit by a walker, but like they don't even show him getting bit. It just shows him like already bit, and like he's in a fucking tunnel and shit. It's the stupidest shit in the world. And literally, the only reason it happened, like he got fired from the show. So I guess because he said he didn't want to leave the show, but I think his mom wanted him to go to college or whatever, but he literally didn't want to leave the show. But like the writers were like, "Oh yeah, he got to go." Like, what the fuck was that?
What the
Anyways,
fuck?
Why does mom not? He's an actor. What? Whatever. Okay.
that was like a rumor. It's
She
not
said he had to go to
whatever.
school.
Yeah,
And fuck whatever.
yeah, no, fuck school. But anyways, those first 4 or 5 seasons of Walking Dead, I would put at number 3 because I don't really have any set number 3 right now besides The Walking Dead that came up in my mind. But I gotta say, those first 5-6 seasons of Walking Dead, perfect in my opinion. So I'd put that at number 3. What about you, Apollo?
All right, so my number 1 is for sure Breaking Bad. I watched that like as it was coming out. That shit was just so fucking fire and different to me. Some kid in school was like, "Hey, there's this show about this chemistry teacher, making meth and shit." So I was like, "What the fuck?" So I went and go watched it. It's like it's changed my life really because it's such a well constructed show that I just think like if I were to ever make a TV show, it'd definitely be, as well constructed as that because they tackled any question that anybody in the audience had. It was answered somewhere inside the show. It was just so fire. So that's for sure in my number 1. My number 2 would probably have to be animated wise, and Rick and Morty because I love that fucking show so much, and it's the fact that it never gets boring to me. Like every episode is funny in some way, shape, or form. But like Jez said, you kind of have to like, if we were to do a serious top 3, we'd have to do like a well constructed like by genre type shit. But since this is on the fly, basically I got Breaking Bad, Rick and Morty. And then for my number 3, I have the first 3 seasons of The Flash. Everything after that's trash, but that first 3 seasons are fucking phenomenal to me. But then it's just for some reason with TV shows, it's like they I don't think they plan for it to be as successful as it is. Like the first 2 seasons will be fire, but then they see how successful it is, and it's kind of just like, ah shit, what next? And they kind of just keep recreating the first formula they had for the first season, whatever, and it just gets repetitive after a while. That's just kind of ass now, though. But
I was gonna ask because for you haven't reacted to any of the DC stuff, right? That came out with the Batman trailer and the Flash trailer.
no, I was busy all day yesterday and today. I've been recording and stuff, so I didn't really get a chance to get it because I had to do like some membership videos and stuff.
Definitely check out the Batman one. That shit was fire. The Flash was I thought it was a trailer, but it was like a teaser trailer, so it was like 30 seconds. But it was still pretty cool to see the Flash.
Brand new movie. Well, yeah, I actually looked on Twitter and I saw like everybody on my timeline was talking about how good the Batman trailer was, and that was so fire. And
that was wild, bro. Like the cinematography, oh my fuck, like that last, oh my god, that movie might, it's not gonna save nothing because they have to still build, but that is gonna be a good separate movie.
I'm not gonna hold you. I thought that trailer was kind of ass. I'll tell you what.
Fucking God.
Listen.
Why does he do this?
Listen. No. For real.
All right, let's hear him out.
I'm not making this shit up on the fly. I'm not even making this shit up. I put this shit in fucking in the Terra server, bro. I literally say, yo, this shit is kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie. But listen, I'll tell you why. Because we did get new footage. Obviously, we didn't. No, I will say the cinematography, that shit is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna, try to say anything about that. It looks beautiful, but you can make literally a guy, going to the toilet beautiful, like depending on how you film that shit. Well, not like that. That was a bad example. But anyways, the thing was about the trailer. There's new footage and everything. For me, like me personally, I wanted to see more of Bruce Wayne. Like I wanted to see more of Pattinson, like being Bruce Wayne and the whole shit. Because obviously anyone could put on a costume and have the shots look really nice, bullets reflecting and everything. But like I just wanted to see more of like the personal side of shit. Like now obviously they show all the action, they show it's intense and everything, like the lights. It's just cool, I think it's nice. But like as a trailer, you don't want to give away like their best action sequences in the trailer, because I bet we're gonna watch that shit. They're gonna leave all the personal stuff in the movie, and what we saw in the trailer is what we're gonna get, obviously, like to the extent. But I think they should have added more Bruce Wayne into that, bro. That's all I gotta say. I'm definitely exaggerating. It just wasn't something that I would have made myself if I made the movie.
Nah, I feel you. Honestly, that whole stream was terrible. Like I was gonna hit up Paul and tell him to react to it, but he was busy anyways. But I'm glad he didn't, because I think Dante did the whole. It was like a 3-4 hour stream, and that thing was terrible. It was only two good parts: Flash and Batman. Batman was like
that was the only good part they showed about
Batman,
the fandom.
yes, it was all concept art. Like they didn't have. It was Batman was 3 minutes, Flash was like 30 seconds, and everything else was like concept art. And it was some stuff was cool. Like they showed Blue Beetle concept art for a movie for Blue Beetle, but like, where's the trailers? Where is the like teasers? Where is something? They didn't even show Black Adam with The Rock. The Rock playing Black Adam had to be leaked for people to see what he even actually looked like, and the legal it looked pretty good. But it's like, why did you not show this? Like DC is that's like a whole different podcast. But DC is like, y'all try to copy what Marvel did in terms of like live action movies like with the MCU, but y'all just keep like flopping over and over and over again. Like,
wait, so how do you? Okay, so judging off the trailers that we've seen, how do you think this new Batman's gonna be?
Like, I agree with Taco said, low key, like the action, like I thought it's gonna be like really action packed and fire, but like I don't know. I mean, hopefully maybe in the movie they go into the Bruce Wayne, because Batman is two sides. It's not just action packed and then there's nothing on the Bruce Wayne side. So I hope they go into both. I mean, the villains look cool. They had Catwoman played by Zoe Kravitz. I think that's her name. She looked cool.
Oh damn, Zoe by her.
My God,
she was fine.
Damn. Oh yeah, I for sure got to see this then.
Fuck
But
she bad as hell.
They had the Penguin. Yeah, it was a cool initial shot with the Riddler when they arrested him or some shit or whatever the fuck was going on. But it was cool with the Riddler, the Penguin. Who else? Did they show Bane? Was that Bane in like in the middle of the movie?
No, he's not in the movie.
Oh, okay, cool. There was some person on the screen. I didn't know who that was. I don't think we saw Joker either. I don't think.
How many damn villains they put inside of it?
It was a good bit. Riddler for sure. Penguin for sure. There's probably some more. It looked like. It was like different versions of the villains. Like I'm like, you can still know it's them, but like I don't know. It was like, it's a different. I mean, it's a different movie, so it makes sense. Like,
wait, so who's playing the Penguin?
Colin Farrell.
Okay,
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, some like a big bald dude or some shit. I don't know who the fuck it was.
Is that the nigga off Step Brothers? Is Colin Farrell the nigga off Step Brothers?
No, that's
I never watched Step Brothers.
Oh, I was like, wait, what the fuck?
He did Total Recall. You ever seen Total Recall?
Nah, I ain't seen it.
Fuck. Anyways, I think he put like a fat suit, I think, for the movie. Like they had ample like prosthetics and stuff, makeup and everything. He looks really good. I gotta say that about the movie, whatever the trailer. Yeah. But one thing I was just gonna say. I think it was more towards like what Jez was saying, like about well, I mentioned it before, but yeah, they just need more Bruce Wayne, because especially knowing the details of the movie, not the whole details, but basically they revealed that like this movie, he would have been Batman this is the second year as Batman, so obviously he's still rusty on that shit, still starting out. It's kind of like if you imagine, well, it's not necessarily the best comparison, but think of like Spider-Man Homecoming. Like obviously, he's in Spider-Man for a little bit. He still doesn't really know what he's doing. I kind of want to see like that conflict in him. That shit's very important, I guess, for me to see. So, yeah, I can't wait for the movie. I'm really hyped for the movie. It comes out on my birthday weekend. That shit gonna be fire. But yeah, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Batman's always probably been one of my favorite characters for DC. I mean, Flash definitely at the top, but then Batman, Superman's for sure like in my bottom two, because that nigga's just handed everything basically in life ever. I mean, he's already a white man, but now he also has the strongest superpowers in every universe ever. But fuck Superman. But yeah, I'm definitely ready for this Batman movie. I gotta go watch the trailer after this shit so I can react to it. But I mean, if y'all hyping it up, I mean, it sounds kind of fire, honestly. Jess said it was cool. Taco said it was all right.
I want to see think about the Flash teaser trailer too? At least, and specifically the suit, because some people like this suit, some people hated the new suit for the Flash. So I want to see what you think about the suit too, because it was like a very controversial type shit.
Oh shit, say less. Oh yeah, well, so I for sure got to take out the DC fandom. I missed a lot this weekend. God damn. But another thing I missed. So
quit your job, bro.
So, yeah, I wish. But okay, so over the weekend, I don't even remember if this is the weekend or not. I think it was either Thursday, Wednesday. It was sometime in the past like couple of days. But Jez sent me this TikTok, right? It was either on TikTok or Twitter. He sent me a video. I clicked on it. And I was like, okay, bet. Kodak Black dancing with his mom or whatever. All right, bet. You know, they doing a little two-step or whatever. And the mom turns around to go get a drink or something. And Kodak kind of grabs a handful of her ass. And
not kinda. He did. He did. He was a nasty-ass, foul-ass nigga.
Wait, so... like, what? Why did he do that, though?
There's multiple videos, too. I saw another one on TikTok today. I think I made a video about it. Like, it's ample, and they're all in August. Like, they're recent. It's like, that man's weird, bro. I don't know what's going on. And the thing is, like, in the second one I saw, because the first one she looked uncomfortable. But in this recent one, well, not recent one, but the other one I saw, like, she was like, it's like she. First of all, they kissed before. They kissed on the lips, and I know you're like, that's his mom. You know, show of affection. No. Nah, like, bro, like she went in for this one. Like, she went in herself, and then he grabbed her at. I don't know, bro. That's just.
Wait, I didn't see the one of them kissing like on some like Tom Brady and his son type shit. Like he like full.
Well, it wasn't making out, but they kissed, like they pecked type shit, and like
and then grabbed her ass.
Yeah, and then like and the video cut out like right at the very end, but like, bro, the one he's talking about on Twitter, that's like the one he was grabbing that shit like ample time.
He was going crazy on Twitter. I saw a video like basically Florida's close to it, but like I just saw a video of him. Okay, so he like grabbed her cheek, and then he like tried to go with the other hand, and like some dude, like his uncle or some shit, was like, hey, like what are you doing? But like Kodak looked like mad horny in that video. I don't know.
Yeah, the one on Twitter, like there was this big black man in the background, and that nigga he looked so disgusted. I didn't see it the first time around. He looked so disgusted. I'm like, bro, who are the people around this dude? Like, what's going on? Like, he can't have any girl in the world. What the fuck?
Taco, have you seen the video?
No, yeah. You guys were mentioning it before. I was like, oh, what are y'all talking about? Like, I remember seeing that shit on Twitter. I was like, what? Like, I mean, look, I understand. There's different ways of, you know, showing affection or whatever to family, doing cultural shit.
He said, I don't.
He grabbed a whole cheek of ass. Like, what the fuck, bro?
That's nah, bro. I mean, like, okay, so let me ask y'all a question then. Like, what is the most affection y'all have ever gotten with your mom?
A hug.
A hug, kiss on the cheek. That's
kiss on the cheek. Yeah, kiss on the cheek. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, like, has your mom ever jokingly slapped your butt?
Nigga, did your mom do that to you?
No, I'm just saying it's not on some Kodak shit. I mean, like joking like a girl in your life does.
As a kid or a baby, like as like you know, like stop what you're doing. That's like
obviously not like now. I'm saying like ever in your life, has your mom ever like slapped your butt?
No, not like other than that, no.
I think maybe like when I was like younger or whatever. That's it. But
when I was like
locker room type shit, you know,
elementary. Like my mom would do it, but she wouldn't like be like grabbing it on some Kodak shit. I mean, she just like do it like you would just like hit your son or some shit, just like jokingly. Like if I said something stupid or something.
Yeah. Like shut up.
Like that. Like if I ever just said something like weird or stupid, and she'd do it and then say like get on somewhere or something, but jokingly do it.
And like. I'll say this though, like just to be like I fucking hate the term devil's advocate, but listen, some families, some cultures, I understand. Like so some people like Italian, you know, it's mainly Italian, like
that's
European,
culture.
What I've seen.
That's different.
Yeah, it's culture. Like if you give like a kiss on like a peck or whatever, like I understand that. I personally would never do that shit, but I understand it. You know,
listen,
that's
culture is Kodak in?
That's just like a simple.
He's a Floridian.
Culture Kodak doing like
Floridian
cultural background that he's doing that shit.
I don't know what the fuck culture that is.
I sent a video earlier and it was It was some streamers, right? And cause they've been having like a long debate about like what's the worst state, and they pulled that up and was like, see, this is why Florida's the worst state. I think he's from Kodak's from some type of island. I don't know what island it is. With like I don't know if it's like Jamaica or something, but he's from an island. And I guess he's like half from there, and they were saying like is that some type of shit y'all do over there in the islands? And they're like, fuck no, fuck we do not claim.
Wait, so like, somebody's been to the same island he was from, and they said they don't do that shit there.
Yeah, it was like two of them. It was like your age and some of them, and like yeah, like we're half that, but like we've never seen that shit before. That nigga, that's all him. That's all him. So I don't know.
Nah, that's fucking disgusting. My mom's never grabbed my butt. I've never even jokingly even contemplating grabbing my mom's butt. That's on some weird shit. Like, and he was like growling while he did it. He was on some crazy type shit.
He was looking around like, y'all watching?
Yeah,
like,
he grabbed the headphones like, yeah, like nigga, what the fuck? Are you good?
What? Apollo type shit, yeah.
no, some Apollo type shit. What you mean?
Whoa, what?
Hell no.
Oh, you got something to say, bro?
Fuck no, that's disgusting. Nah, when I saw that video, I just started dying laughing. It's like, what nigga would do some shit like that?
I do want to bring up though, because you know how when stuff like this goes viral, there's always like those people who like the psychologists want to like just put some like some just deep take on it, even though it's not taking up like that high surface level. So a lot of people are saying that. I just want to pose the question. Well, I guess for Apollo because he's black, but they're saying like, no, that's not because he's black. It's like a whole thing. So I guess they're like for a lot of boys, it's I guess as they grow and they're more in tune with their mom, as like girls are more in tune with their dad, it's like vice versa. Is it more of like, do some men form like that weird connection with their mom where it's like, because maybe he doesn't have a dad in his life, so he only had his mom. So he kind of puts his mom on some like weird different pedestal, on like either comparing any of his lovers to his mom and like and they have to like live up to her standards, or he just sees his mom as like in that standard as well, in like a sexual place.
All right, so I hear a lot that whenever a guy gets a girlfriend or married, like I hear a lot that basically your wife, it acts like your mom kind of. I don't know how true that is, but I've definitely heard that, like, from even like non-psychological niggas. Like, I've definitely heard that your wife acts like your mom in some way, shape, or form.
I think it's just even if it's not psychological, like people thinking of it as psychological, it definitely is. Like apparently, I don't know, it's some like Freud shit or whatever. Like you're more bound to be attracted to someone who's more like your mom or whatever. So I think that comes from, there's like a specific term or phrase for it or whatever. But yeah, that's basically it. Is like you gravitate throughout your life towards women who are more like your mom, like you are like nurturing, or depending of course on like the relationship you've had with your mom leading up to that point of where, in the time that you're dating or whatever. I would say that definitely may like affected, or at least that has affected people. People have like said that shit, like, oh, if I think about it, so and so is like kind of like my mom or whatever. Me personally, I don't necessarily know if that's like 100% correct. I guess like from my experience, because I mean, obviously, you want to be with someone who's like nurturing, who's like like a good person, like who'll take care of you or whatever. But I mean, my as far as my relationship goes with my mom, I'm very close with my mom. I've always kind of have been, and obviously she's been like a very like nurturing person, always caring person, and I feel like I definitely like a lot of the traits and like a lot of stuff I've definitely like attributed like from her. Like I guess well, I'm more similar with my mom than I am with my dad. Like my sister's the opposite. She's more like my sister's more like my dad, and like she's less like my mom. And obviously, I'm the opposite of that. But I think it's it could be like a psychological thing. I don't know how like scientifically proven it is, but yeah.
I definitely feel that. I mean, I've just always heard that. You're going to end up liking somebody that's like your mom, and you're going to end up or girls, if you're a girl, you're going to end up liking somebody that's like your dad. Which, I mean, I think you can kind of contribute that to, I've always looked at life in some facet or another. Like, you always have a hole in your heart that needs to be filled in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like after a guy moves out of his house away from his mom, and of course there becomes a hole that somebody like, oh, you need somebody that cares for you, nurtures you like your mom would. So I think honestly, whenever you're going to fill that hole, you're gonna look somebody with that attribute, which so happens to be your wife, which is next. But I mean, we're getting like psychological. Kodak was just on some weird shit. I don't know what the fuck that nigga was doing, but
Yeah, he was. No, I'm just posing that question because I saw a lot of takes about that. I don't think he has like maybe like a strong like I don't like me. I don't have a dad either, but like I would never go down that route because my mom. But I think I guess this is how you're brought up because you might be raised with a single mom, but that's like it depends if your mom like coddles you or she kind of like just like she's still your mom, but she doesn't coddle you. She's still like you still have to do certain things. You still have to like grow up just the same. Like, I'm not gonna coddle you just because you're my only son type stuff. That's how my mom raised me. So like, if I'm looking for a potential partner, I'm not looking for you to be my mom. I'm looking for you to be a partner. So I don't know. So I guess it's just difference. I guess in how you're brought up because his mom is not telling him no or nothing. His mom's over here just like I said in the second video. She's like she's going in for the kids like herself compared to the first one. She looked kind of uncomfortable. So I'm thinking like I guess it's like more of a some weird ass mutual Alabama type shit.
wait, send me the second. I've never seen the second one. Send me the second one if you find it.
Yeah, I've only seen like the first one.
I've seen the one where he was like grabbing her ass or whatever, but I didn't see the one where like she was going to kiss him and shit. I never saw them kissing each other. That's weird as fuck. But like I said, I don't know what his situation is, but maybe that's just how close they are. Like maybe it's just like it looks weird to us. I'm definitely not taking up for the nigga in any way because that's weird as hell. But maybe that's just like how close him and his mom are, where they can grab each other's butts and kiss on the lip and shit like that. Like not even in a sexual way. Maybe that's just how they've always been or some way. I don't fucking know. I mean, of course we're not gonna understand it because we haven't done it with our mom, but that's on some other shit.
I sent it.
All right, but I'll watch it after the podcast. But that didn't. Yeah, that's unexcusable to me. I mean, even whenever I saw like Tom Brady kissing his son on the lips, I didn't even like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I understand that's your kid and everything, but like I don't think I'd ever kiss any of my kids on the lips ever. I mean, like how would y'all kiss your kids on the lips?
No, I don't. I feel like at least the cheek or.
Okay, let me not say. Okay, so let's say ages like 8 and up.
No,
I wouldn't do it at all. I just feel like this kind of just. I don't know. It's just feels uncomfortable for me.
There's like I think also like I'm not sure if it's like an actual cultural thing. I've just seen it in my life. But like for example, when like it is like babies or whatever. Like my for example, if it's like I'm like the oldest like cousin, I guess the oldest male cousin in my family. So I've seen obviously all these babies being born and everything being raised. Helped raise them and whatever. But I think when they're like babies, like my cousins, for example, like when they're babies, like their parents will like kiss them like I guess like on the mouth or whatever, just like like a peck, whatever, something like that, just like a form of love or like affection and everything, because that's like their baby and like that. Then obviously I'm more if they're a baby, I'm more inclined to like understand just because I've seen that my whole life. People, I'm not sure if it is a like Hispanic, Latino, or Mexican thing. But that's just something that I've seen my entire life, so that doesn't necessarily feel like odd to me. But anything like from like someone who's like you said, Apollo, like anything like for 8 and above, I don't see a reason for it. I haven't seen it like obviously in from what I've seen, I've only seen it for babies or whatever, like your parents kissing their babies. But aside from that, yeah, no, I just don't see myself doing that. Obviously. Like maybe for like my like kid or whatever, like when they're like a baby, like kiss whatever, but nothing. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems weird just to like think about that. Like for someone who's
extremely
like if you're like a parent and like your kid is like 15 or whatever, like no, like why would you ever do that shit? I don't know. Tom Brady's on some. I don't know.
Well, even like, I mean, okay, so the thing is. First off, I'm going to start by saying I think dads have a way smaller boundary with their kids than moms do. Like, of course, I'm sitting here saying I would never kiss my kids on the lips, but if I ever saw, like, my wife or future mother of my children kiss my kids on the lips, I wouldn't even think twice about it. I just feel like, we already had the conversation of moms being a lot more close to the kids than dads are. I just feel like that also has something to do with it. Like, a dad, of course, is going to be seen weird if they're ever, like, taking a shower with their kid, kissing their kid, or just being overly affectionate because we've grown to not be like accepting towards dads even being in a relationship with their kids as much as moms should. Because even like, have you guys ever like taken a shower with your parent at all?
No, no. I mean, my mom was like bathing me when I was a kid. She like bathed me, but like never in the shower with me.
Yeah, I mean, probably when I was like like a baby, whatever, like when I'm like wash or clean or I don't know, some shit like that. But no, nothing that I can remember at all.
I mean, I just remember like I remember I was probably like at least 6 or 7. Like I was still extremely young, but I just remember like every now and then I would have to take a shower with my dad because obviously we didn't want to use up too much water. I mean, it was never on some like weird shit, obviously, but like sometimes I would have to take a shower with him until I was like, of course, in third grade, fourth grade, and stuff like that. But when I was like a kid, like when I was old enough to not be considered a baby and not young enough to be considered like a teenager or something or preteen or anything like that, I was probably like 7. I would have to like take a shower with my dad every now and then. But I never looked at it as weird until like I grew up, and then I saw on Twitter that like kids never take showers with their parents. So I was like, maybe that. I mean, I don't think it was weird, but I mean, maybe I don't know.
It's not weird. I mean, everyone grows up differently. I mean, I don't know. I don't like that stigma either. That's why, like, I'm glad like people are starting to realize stuff like that because like that nonchalance, kind of like, oh yeah, it's a mom doing it, and if a dad does it, it's wrong. Like that's not good either. Because like, what if the mom? Not like I'm just saying that as like a hypothetical, but like, what if the woman's on some weird shit? Because there's been a lot of cases like that where a woman or like a babysitter or something will be on some weird shit, but it's like oh, whatever because it's like it's a woman doing it. Because if it was a guy, it'd be like then would be in jail by tomorrow. So but it's like there's a weird balance in it, and I mean, like we said, we've talked about this like in a lot of podcasts up till now, but it's like guys just need to be more in tune for sure, and like in their family. Like, yeah, you can be a provider, and bring the stuff like that, but it's definitely important to form that connection with your kids, and that's not weird at all. I mean, yeah, that's your dad. It'd be kind of weird if you were like 15, and yeah, that's weird. It's like what the
Yeah,
fuck.
it was never past like even like second. I had to have been in like first or kindergarten or something. It's like a very very distant memory. I just know that people consider that weird whenever like dads take showers in bath. It was never like a bath or anything. He didn't bathe me. Of course, I still washed myself, but I just remember I remember one distinct memory where I had to take a shower with him because I was at like my grandma's house or something and we had to go. So it was in a rush sort of thing. So I took a shower with him, but I never considered that weird. I mean, it's my dad, so like, but I mean, some people do. But definitely not on some weird shit, nothing like that. But yeah, I mean, dads just we talked about it before. Dads just have a different boundary list than moms do for some reason, because we're just not as around as much, I guess, quote unquote. I mean, like none of this has to do with Kodak, because Kodak, that's some other shit. Like I keep saying.
But I think it's like, do you think it'd be weird? Because like, kind of imagine it's like if a mom is doing it with her son, I feel like I'd be more accepted for sure than like a dad doing it with his daughter, like no matter the age.
So are you asking if it's more weird for?
No, I'm just saying, like, do you think it would be like thought of as more weird? I for sure, like, yes, like I know people probably make it like a big thing about it if a dad was doing it with his daughter than a mom with a son.
I'd say they'd probably make way bigger deal with a dad doing anything with his daughter, because I mean that there's a lot of the thing is like we're speaking like in a mindset where like, I mean, I've never had to go through anything, but I know there's a lot of people out there that have had to go through like some very very bad stuff in life. But I just know there's a lot of weird ass niggas out there, so of course people seeing dads showering with their daughters is gonna look a certain way because of there's a lot of weird niggas out there. You don't know who's all weird and stuff like that. So I think I definitely look more at a way of a dad showering with his daughter than I would a mom showering with her son. Because like I said, mothers are supposed to be like caretakers and stuff like that. So it'd look more normal for the mom showering with her son. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
What about you, Taco?
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would agree too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can talk about with this conversation. Of course, it has a lot to do with like psychology and the way everybody was raised and stuff. So everybody's gonna have a different view of how they view parents doing that sort of stuff with their kids. But yeah. No matter what facet of the conversation we have, I don't know what Kodak was doing.
No, that nigga, he's way too old, way too weird.
He a grown ass man, and he wasn't even like doing some like normal. She was grabbing her ass. I would never
Kodak
grab
is
my
always
ass.
on some shit. What the fuck?
I don't know. Like after like people like that's what someone was saying though. Like because before he went to prison, like he was doing his thing, he was popping, he was going crazy. But like after he started traveling to different states and like he went to prison and came out a couple of times, now he's a whole different nigga. So he was begging to come out too. He was like, I think he was like begging Trump to like what's that word when like the prison like just gets you out of jail?
Pardon.
Yeah, he was begging Trump to pardon him for so long. I don't know if he ended up doing it or not, or maybe
He
just
did.
Okay, he did, yeah. But he was pleading for him to come out, and he didn't drop no music. He just started doing weird shit. So I don't fucking know.
That was like the weirdest shit to see though, like because I think it was like one of his last days in office or whatever for Trump, and he was like, just going down a whole list of who to pardon, and then Lil Wayne got pardoned, and then I saw like the official press release. I think he even made comments on it, like Trump. He was like, "Oh, Mister," I think Kodak's name is Bill Cephas or whatever. I don't know. He was like, Mister Bill is like a great person to his community, but some shit. I was like, yo, like this Trump is really talking about Kodak Black right now. What the fuck? What kind of simulation we living in?
Like I've said it before, but Trump had to make it known everything that he was doing. So people always look at him. Of course, they're gonna always look at him different than Biden right now because he doesn't announce literally anything. He barely even talks. We don't even know if he fucking can talk or for in a proper sense, honestly. But we had a president that was just doing everything and announcing everything like Trump was, and then Biden, we have now, of course. Before we go any further on like a psychological topic or anything, have you or Taco ever heard of Brittany Renner?
Is Brittany Renner that girl on Instagram, like the bundle of Brittany?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got because there was a story that came out like 2 months ago of like I don't know, like at first she used to be like an IG model, like everyday IG model doing her thing on IG, but then like as of late she had this thing with this basketball player. I don't know.
Did you hear the full story on that?
Yeah, it's been some months, but I don't know if like the story has like developed since then. But what I last heard was that I think the basketball player's like name is like PJ Washington or something like that. But it was very weird. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Women have to be watched. So it all started with before he went to the NBA. He used to be playing basketball in high school, but they said she was going to his games even then, before he was even 18.
Yes, sir.
When he went to the NBA and he became 18 and stuff like that, and then she kind of jumped back in. I was like, hell yeah, let me talk to you on some like Drake type
some
shit.
Weird shit.
Yeah.
So basically, the long spanning story goes. Of course, Jez just said there's this guy named PJ. He was in high school. He did high school basketball. I don't know if he was in high school or actually, no, I think he's playing college now. I'm pretty sure, or he was in college. One of the two. Either way, he was young as shit. Like no matter what the fuck school he was in, he was young as hell. So she was constantly going to his games, posting them on Instagram and stuff like that. People kind of look at a side eye like that, like, oh, what is she doing? Like, why is a grown woman? I think she's around like 27, 28, almost 30.
Yeah, she almost. Yeah.
Yeah, like why is she going to a high schooler's basketball games or whatever? But they were only side eyeing it because it was just kind of like a little weird thing at that point. Come past a few years, she posted on Instagram or whatever. She was like, "Look, PJ got me pregnant. We're having a baby, and unfortunately things didn't work out, so we're breaking up." So then people are kind of like, "So you've been watching this boy since high school." He had sex with you, y'all having a kid, and all of a sudden, when he gets signed to go to the NBA, then all of a sudden y'all want to break up. So now she's getting some crazy shit like $200,000 a month because he got signed to.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of money because he's obviously in the NBA now and a millionaire. So he has to give her a lot of money because they broke up or whatever and decided not to get married. So the story progressed. She's getting her $200,000 a month for child support.
No, they did get married. I remember like they did get married, but like no, maybe I think it might be a different story. But didn't she secretly file a divorce? Maybe it was a different story. I'm thinking about.
That was somebody else. Either that or they got engaged or something like that. I don't think. I think they might have got married, but it was only for like a month.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because once people get divorced, then you'd have to like pay them because he didn't sign a prenup or anything. So
That's
like she's getting money from that, from child support, and then it comes out that they want to break up or whatever. She goes her own way, he goes her own way. So a couple months later, you come to find out that he's posting a lot of stuff on Instagram saying he never gets to see his kid. She's always out partying, so like, well, who the fuck is taking care of the baby at this point? Already proven that she's a bad mom, and the government is basically stacked against guys, and where the woman always wins no matter what the favor is. But that's a story for another day. Come to find out, she posted on Instagram and Twitter a couple days ago. I'm on the campus of, forgot what the campus is, but I'm just going to say UGA. I'm on the campus of UGA. Hide your sons because I'm prowling. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Bro, like she is hunting college basketball players so she can get pregnant by them for when they get to the NBA. Like, is this is some predatory shit and nobody's batting an eye whatsoever.
I mean, she done this before too, because right after this is during the PJ situation, like not like that's what I'm saying. I knew something that like has developed because you just started talking about it. I found about this like a couple months ago during the summer when it was all still going on. But during that time, it was a summertime show. I remember she posted a video of her or something. I went to her account like, what the fuck? Like, who is like I forgot who she was. Like, oh, this is Bundle of Brittany, and she posted a video talking about some like it's step no it was like it's baby daddy season or something like that, like in this time, all the girls out
season, there
go ahead and start getting your money. I was like, bro, like, and again, she's been doing this for a while, but now she's like putting her like into action, like she's on some really weird shit. So, or maybe she's always been on this weird shit, now it's just coming into light, who knows. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Like, once I saw that video, I was like, bro, it's crazy. And like you said before, she still got the baby and stuff like that. It ties back to what we just said. It's like even the government, they kind of push that narrative too about like the woman's always right, and not right, but the woman always like needs to be with the baby, and like the dad's always needs to be paying child support, et cetera, et cetera. It's like a reoccurring thing for everything, especially in black families, and people of color families. It's always the mom, and then the dad gets like separated. Who's watching that baby for real? I don't know, bro. Like the whole situation.
It's just like, just imagine this, okay? Just imagine Seth Rogen goes on Twitter. All right, moms, I'm on the campus of UGA. Watch out for your daughters. I'm prowling. Like, they would immediately cancel that dude. Like, why is there such a difference for women to say a sentence and men to say a sentence? Because like they were definitely, there was an uproar for Britney, but it was only an uproar saying like, oh, imagine if a man said this. It was never on some like get her out of here type weird shit. Like, why the fuck can she say that? That's weird as hell.
Look, even if it is, okay, she's an adult. Well, she's like in her like 30s or whatever, and you have, she says that shit. Even if every person at the college, imaginary UGA, whatever, even every person at UGA is over 18, that's still predatory ass behavior. Like, there's nothing that it might not be technically illegal or whatever, in her eyes or in the eyes of the law, but that shit is textbook predatory behavior. Like, you don't be going to, being a grown ass woman, grown ass man, going to a campus, trying to find all these people, all these possible recruits. Literally, that is some, like, I mean, not to compare that shit, but that reminds me of fucking Get Out, like when you see the search history, and that the main girl, like the white woman, she's like looking up like NBA prospects
like
and shit,
purposely like finding them,
Yeah, that reminds me of that shit. It's like, she's literally being doing predator shit, going, trying to find like these people who are, possibly, good at basketball, might go to the NBA. Like, bro, that's literally textbook predator behavior. And whether it's a man, whether it's a woman doing that shit is not right. That shit, like I said, may not be illegal. Oh, it's not illegal. Oh, we're both adult. Fuck that, yo. Come on. You gotta know a predator when you see one. So that's some predatory shit.
All right, so it's saying that PJ just turned 23 like last month, and Brittany's 30. How do you guys feel about a 30-year-old and a 22-year-old dating? Because that's what it was until like just a couple months ago.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, the thing is, that's fine if like they just met like that. But we know that she was going to his basketball games like way before. That's why it's like. And the thing is, like you said, people don't. I mean, only thing reason I can say like people don't know about it because not a lot of people know who she is compared to like. I was gonna compare it to like Drake or R. Kelly or those people like because R. Kelly, did similar thing. Drake, allegedly single, similar things with Millie Bobby Brown, et cetera, et cetera. And then so it's like with them, of course, like people will be so quick to bring the well, of course, because they're nasty ass niggas. So I'm not talking about R. Kelly, but for Drake or for any other people like that, they're quick to bring that up. Like, oh, well, Drake was talking to this girl before she was 18, and she was a model then, and now she's above 18. Now he's renting out restaurants for her and stuff like that. So why is this? I mean, like I said before, I know she's not anywhere near as popular as Drake or R. Kelly and stuff, obviously. But I mean, still, she's still pretty known. It's like so. I mean, I think she's friends with Teanna Trump and them. Like, she has connections and
they're
stuff.
supposed to make like a porno together or something like that last year.
People were feeding for that shit. They were down bad on those comments.
Yeah, they were going crazy, like on some real shit. Like, I mean, I don't ever look up like specific porn stars, so I don't even know who Teanna Trump is. I thought it was like somebody related to actual Trump, but yeah, I saw like niggas were going crazy when they heard that was coming out.
I just know them because those like the popular ones. Like people they say surpassed just like I guess being porn stars type shit. But yeah, I mean the whole stuff is just like I said that's not weird in itself, but just knowing that she's she just posted like she's on the prowl. Like it's just very weird behavior, and like she needs to go to jail. Like that's the same thing this nigga. Like EDP and like this is the same type of shit. It's just like when a woman does it, it's like even from some men, like when guys come out and tell their stories like about how they were like let me not say the word, but when stuff was done to them by an older woman, it's always like, oh, you're so lucky, bro. Like that's so cool. Like why are you even mad about it? Why are you crying about it? And then for the guy who's the victim, it's like, oh, okay, I need to suppress this and keep this down. There's no problem with it type stuff. So it's like. I guess it's like a reoccurring thing. So when a woman does that, like Britney or anyone else that's kind of like similar to that, it's like people might find it weird or like awkward, I guess, but like they don't say nothing about it. It's like, oh, whatever. And it's like it's just and something needs to. That's what I'm saying. Like that stigma needs to change because like there are some creepy ass women out there, not to like point fingers or blame or nothing like that, or try to compare the two, but like it needs to be like a lot more equal. As even like with like we said before, like how she just got the kid easy off like, and the thing is they can use her IG as evidence. She's on IG like almost every single day, just saying crazy shit, like just talking about like baby daddy season. She's on the prowl. Like, does the government now look through every single thing to make sure these people are fit to be parents? Like that's a child, that's a baby, and she just got it just like that, just for the money. Who knows where that baby is now?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows who's taking care of it. It's just
like she might have enough money to like buy a nanny, I assume, or stuff like that. But like if she's just gonna just have the nanny take care of it, you might as well just give it to the son. Not the son. To Peach.
200,000. She definitely has that shit, bro. Right, hold on, listen. Why does anyone need $200,000 to raise a child? Like I get it. It's expensive. I get it. Right? You want to have the best thing for your child. Ain't no damn child, not even rich. You're rich. Fucking got to be raised for $200,000 a month. Fuck no.
Nah, but the way the government does it, they base it off of like your salary and stuff like that. Like Apollo said,
income.
Yeah, and even with divorces, is the same thing. Like I remember, wasn't it Dr. Dre and her wife, and his wife? Sorry,
yeah,
like, I think they got
a shitload of money.
Yeah, they got a divorce or something. And it was like because he got me accustomed to my way of life type stuff. And I guess Dr. Dre made it to. Well, she said that Dr. Dre made it to where. She doesn't like work or nothing. Like she's like, I don't want you working. I don't want you doing nothing. I want you to be at home and just be a stay-at-home wife. And he didn't want her working or nothing. So she was saying like, I don't have no job. I don't have anything like that. So if we get divorced, I just lose everything. So they gave her a shit ton of money, because that's her way of life type stuff. So I mean that's how the government does it.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's some absolute bullshit. But I mean. It's been like that for forever. I mean, women. It's definitely a lot easier, unfortunately, for women to groom men, especially celebrities, because I mean, she was definitely talking to him before the age of 22. Probably he was like 17, 18, watching him play high school, watching him go to college. I mean, they know exactly who to sleep with. I mean, we've seen it happen a million times before. Luckily, not as public as this case is, but yeah, it's just like, she doesn't care because she came out to Twitter and said, she said, mothers, watch your sons because I'm on the prowl today, or some weird shit like that. It's just some nasty ass shit, man.
You better report that shit to the FBI. Fuck that.
Them niggas will be like, damn, she's so fine.
I will say that too, because it came out too. Well, they didn't come at me. It's common knowledge, but there was people around him that were telling him to watch out. They're like, they knew who Brittany was, and they know like what kind of timing that she was on. So she might have done this before to other people, or maybe they just saw it from a mile away, and they were warning him too. But he just didn't take the warnings. Obviously, he just didn't care.
I mean, yeah, she's dated like Lil Uzi. She dated a lot of celebrities. He was the unlucky one to get her pregnant.
Lil Uzi, really?
Yeah, she's dated a lot of people. Yeah. Like a lot of famous celebrities. She's just like, it was just like one of those girls that you would always see in like a celebrity's picture, but except with PJ, he got signed and then accidentally got her pregnant. It's unfortunate, really. I
mean, I will say this though, for all the young guys watching this shit, I know like you might find like, oh, this doesn't apply to me, but there's a lot of like older women out there that will do shit like that, and it doesn't even have to be women; it could be anything. Like, I don't know, just like when you're young and stuff like that, that's when they're trying to take advantage of you because they know you're gullible and stuff like that. That's why you think when all these freaking army recruiters be coming to schools to these like young boys who have like they might not have their grades are not too high, they might not be on a sports team like that, so they had like, oh, what should I do after high school? They come to you and be like, hey, come join the army for us, come put your life on the line for a Camaro and a couple grand. Yep, like bro, like this goes for girls too because there's some creeps out there. But just be wary when you're young, especially like I remember senior year, I was all these girls over here like, yeah, I'm talking to like a 26-year-old, 27-year-old, like just doing some weird, and they think they're so cool and like they so hot because like they're talking to an older dude. I was like, nah, bro, that's creepy. That nigga's using you, and it goes for the same thing for niggas. Like, just watch out, bro. Just really watch out because that shit is very, very creepy, very nasty.
It's just younger guys are just so impressionable. Like you can literally use anything to make them do whatever you want because it's just like, I don't know, like for some reason whenever guys are like coming into adulthood, there's just a lot of strain for us to be the best that we can be by everybody, basically, like our dads, our moms, our friends, anybody we're close to is basically just putting a strain on us to be the best that we can be. So of course whenever these women or whenever these army recruiters come to us and like offer us something that just makes us look like we're just so much better than we actually are with like Camaros and money or maybe sex and stuff like that, then of course they take it. And not every guy learns at a young age that he needs to learn to say no to certain things, no matter how good it makes him look in the long run. Because I mean, I'd much rather say no to an army recruiter and Brittany Renner and then wait a couple of years and then be up good later in my life with no kids and no PTSD from anything from the army or anything like that. But she's like, we gotta learn to start saying to decline certain things that make us look good in the now that affect our future.
I think like kind of just like a small tie back to like just like we talked about before with parenting and stuff like that. Because dad, I guess like maybe since some dads are always at work and stuff like that, they're never at home. And of course, their moms can't tell a guy how to be a good guy. You kind of have to hear that from a good male figure. So like when they're absent, then you're kind of just letting your sons, especially your sons, is kind of just go out into the wild and not know what the fuck to do. Because like that's why a lot of guys think like, if you don't use your virginity early, you're kind of like you're a lame. If you don't do certain things, you're just a lame. If you don't take drugs, you're a lame. But it's like guys, you have to realize like you don't have to just be doing all this shit. You don't have to have sex so early. You can wait. You don't have to do stuff. You can wait for a lot of things. Like not like. Because for girls, it's like, keep your virginity, that's your chastity. Like, just don't give yourself away. Kind of keep yourself, just be reserved. Then for guys, it's like they're praised when they do some stupid shit. Like, oh, I just fucked, bro, right after prom night. And then they could be like 16 or 17. Hey, nigga, you can wait. Like, you don't have to, lose your stuff. You're just throwing your innocence type shit. Like, that man was so young. People around him are probably telling him the same stuff. Like, hey, bro, don't mess with Brittany, bro. She crazy. She's trying to use you. I know she look good and stuff like that. And she's trying to get with you. You think she's really the one, but she's really not the one for you, bro. And he probably was not listening at all. So impressionable. Like, nah, bro, I'm going to the league. she's hot. You know, she's going after me. She got a big following. Like we can be like that cool couple, that like ideal couple. And then all these years later, now he can't even see his. I don't know if what's is the baby a boy or a girl? I don't even know.
I
But
think it's a boy. I'm pretty sure.
well, he can't see his son. He's paying $200K, and the thing is, I don't think he's like a gigantic basketball player like that. Yeah, he just came into the league type stuff. So I don't know if he's making that much of money because $200K is a lot. It's a lot, even for a basketball player. That's a lot. So it's like this. I guess this like sons need to be start teaching more just to just be a lot more not reserved, but just be more cautious and just think a lot more and listen to listen to the people around you and surround yourself with people who are like like I can take Apollo, Taco, like Chong, like their advice because I know how they are. I know like they have good thought process. Surround yourself with people like that and not just people who's gonna be like to be just I guess like yes men, honestly. And just let you do that. Even with the Kodak shit, there's like, why is no nigga pulling him aside? I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? Like with anything like this, I don't know. It's some nasty ass shit. Brittany needs to go to jail too, because I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know she was doing that shit on Twitter, talking about some, watch your
She
sons.
said, "Moms, watch your sons," because I'm on the campus looking for. I don't know what. Hold on, let me try to see what the fuck she said. But
yeah. No, and the thing is, like, listen, what's gonna happen is absolutely nothing because, like I said, unless they can prove that she was, with PJ or whatever, like at like 17 or not even that, just depending on the state, 17 might be like chill or whatever for them. But even the whole, like, they gotta find something because it's just no matter how bad she is, no matter how pretty she is, no matter how where being with her can take your career, that shit is just not worth it. That shit is like what she's doing right now is like predatory shit. Even if it's not like literally illegal, that shit, there's so much wrong with it. If you just think about it, if you just sit back and think about it, the morality of it, it's just fucked. And I don't know how people can have that type of mentality, really.
yeah, she said, "Hey, Jackson State, hide your sons." It's weird. Some absolute weird shit.
That's the same shit that I think David Dobrik and they were getting in trouble for it too. Because like, why are y'all so old but still going to college campuses to party and shit? Especially with like, people like Jason Nash and them, who's like 40 something years old. It's the same shit here. Like y'all niggas are just like y'all are too old. Like you're almost 30. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being almost 30, but like, why are you? Why? Like, find people your own age. Like at least like 26, 27. Like you can't go find a basketball player that's like 25, 26. You have to go find one that's so impressionable. I mean, I know it makes it easier for what you're trying to do, obviously, but that's just nasty ass shit. Just all around nasty ass shit.
No, people for sure need to start holding people accountable because that shit's just you can't let stuff like that slide. Because I just know for a fact if it was a dude saying that shit, it'd be looked at as weird. Like, what the fuck? Why is he saying that about our college girls? We need to protect them. Like, bro, she's doing the same thing, and she's doing it with intentions. We've seen her do it before. She's only after money, and she's going after these young, impressionable guys that have a very promising future, and then have to give away half their paycheck basically every month to somebody that doesn't deserve it, to a kid he probably didn't even want at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's just sad shit. Very, very sad shit.
Yeah, it's sad as hell. I mean, I wish we could have ended it off on a little happier note, but I mean, we had to get serious about that shit because Brittany went on some other shit.
Nasty ass nigga.
Fuck that.
Unfortunately, I mean, that's all I got to talk about. Unless you guys got anything else.
Nah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I guess next time for sure talk about the DC thing once you look at it. I'm interested about the DC thing.
Yeah, your thoughts and everything like that. I agree.
Shang-Chi. Have none of us watched Shang-Chi? I haven't watched it either. But
no, I haven't seen Shang-Chi. Halloween. I don't think Jess fucked with it, but I really fuck with that movie, honestly.
It was cool. I don't hate it. It was definitely not made or nothing. It was definitely a good movie. It's just like, I don't know. It was good. It was definitely good. It wasn't made or nothing. Definitely not trash.
No, I really like that movie. There was a scene at the very end where I know a lot of people got hype as hell. I ain't gonna hold you. I was kind of rooting for Michael in that scene. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then please go watch it. That movie's really good. I liked it better than the first one. I think they're in contract to do one more movie, and I think it's called Halloween Ends. So we'll see how this shit ends next year, maybe a year from two from now. But yeah, I really fuck with that movie. Still haven't seen Shang-Chi.
And well, they're gonna make a fucking in 5 years from now, Halloween Begins again, like some bullshit like that, bro.
But yeah, we know movies like to reciprocate the formula that did them good. But
Yeah,
that's some crazy. That's some other shit. Scream 5 drops in January. Speaking of that, which I've always liked the Scream franchise, so I really can't wait for that movie. Scream, probably one of my favorite villains.
why didn't I just drop in like? Oh, why didn't I just drop closer to Halloween? I don't understand it. Like
Because Halloween would have got that the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, but you don't Scream is better than Halloween as a franchise.
Scream 5, maybe like the first 3, but I mean we've already seen a lot of it. But yeah, Halloween would have for sure won. Absolutely,
wow.
and it's close to Halloween, so I feel like more people would watch that more anyway.
And real quick, I don't know if you guys have seen, if you're like a fan of like the Chucky franchise, but they actually just dropped the first episode of the new series, the TV series for Chucky. It's like a continuation of the whole like story, but it's its own thing, but it's also a continuation of like the last movie that came out like 4 years ago. But I saw it this week. It wasn't that bad. The main characters are like teenagers, so obviously with teenagers you're not going to get the best acting. But
Yeah.
I kind of like the direction it's going in, and I feel like they can do a lot of good with it. And Chucky was definitely very funny. I think Brad Dourif has an amazing voice, like he's the voice of Chucky. Funny dude. Yeah, I mean, if y'all into like Chucky, if y'all into like horror-esque like series, definitely check that out. They have the first episode for free on YouTube. I think it's like the Sci-Fi Network YouTube channel. But yeah, check that shit out if that's something that you're interested in.
We watched it tonight, low key. I don't know if Apollo's busy. I think he's playing something tonight.
No, I mean, I definitely need to go watch it. Chucky was probably the only movies I was really scared of as a kid, other than Final Destination. But that movie traumatized me. I wasn't scared of it. I was terrified of it. But yeah, I mean, we can for sure watch that some other time. I'd definitely be down. A TV series, I don't really know what they do with that. I mean, Chucky kind of lost me after the last one because I think it was called Cult of Chucky or something like that. That shit was on some some weird shit. Like I just remember seeing where there was like 25 Chuckies or something like that. I don't. Was that the same movie where like there was like 10 Chucky niggas all talking to each other or on some weird shit?
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4, I think.
We should watch the same night we watched the animated short. I'm trying to watch that. That sounds crazy.
All right. Yeah, we can for sure watch that. We need to watch a lot of stuff, honestly. But yeah, I think that might be it for this podcast, y'all. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, most definitely.
This has been the Here and Now podcast. Like I said, we finally have a name. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm already trying to get some commissions in to get a little artwork in. I got to get Jez and Taco's idea of what they want the artwork to look like. But yeah, we should be getting new artwork soon. We will have the Almighty Network artwork still, yes. But that will be the overlying thing what we're under. So it'll be Almighty Network, and then it'll be Here and Now podcast and everything else. So. But yeah, this has been the Here and Now podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please stay away from all Brittany Renner niggas.
Yes, sir.
Please go watch the new Halloween movie.
Yes, sir.
Fuck, bro. I guess, I'm talking to myself when I say please go watch Sopranos, because apparently it's fire as fuck. But I'm definitely going to go watch that shit then.
Only if you're 18 and up. Only
if you're 18 and up. If you're under 18, don't watch that bullshit. I know y'all niggas like being older than you actually are. Go watch fucking Teletubbies or some goddamn shit, man. God damn. All right, but I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Have a good ass rest of your week. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.